It's Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Magic Rock Brewing Company. I picked this up in ASDA. It's called Precognition. It's a hazy IPA. It's 6.5% ABV. Now, I've had a kind of up and down relationship with Magic Rock over the last couple of years. I've really liked some of the beers and I've really not liked some of the beers. I've had one of the beers since the takeover. They were bought out in 2022. And the beer was okay. The beer is okay. And I was saying, thankfully now, hopefully Magic Rock can get somewhere near where they were in, say, 2013, 2014, where they were probably one of the greatest breweries in the whole of the UK. Unhuman Cannonball. Their quadruple, I think it was a quadruple IPA, something like, I don't know, 12 or 13% ABV, might have been higher, was a tremendous beer. Unhuman Cannonball was a great beer. Cannonball was a great beer. High Wire was a terrific beer. Terrific beer. Let's hope Magic Rock can get back to their heady days now that they've been bought out by a new company. So let's start off with this then, a hazy IPA. Fingers crossed. 6.5% ABV, £3 a can in ASDA. That's a lot to ask for. That's a lot to... 6.5% ABV, lots of malt gone in to get that to 6.5% ABV. And then if it's a hazy IPA, you're asking them to put a load of hops in the beer. To do all of those things for just £3 is a big stretch. The margins are just not there. So I'm going into the review slightly kind of guarded. Perhaps they had a contract, the previous company that owned Magic Rock, perhaps they had a contract in place with ASDA where they had to make 3 beers a year. I don't know. Perhaps this is part of the conditions with the old company to produce this beer. Perhaps the deal was already signed, the ink had dried on the deal, and they simply had to go through with this beer. But going forward, I would love to see Magic Rock back to their fantastic best. Even if that's just selling their beers online to their loyal customers. Even if them going back to selling beer just in bottle shops. I know the volume will come down an awful lot, but I would much prefer to try a beer of quality than of a beer that's been thrown into a supermarket all over the UK, and it's just not up to that kind of same level that they once were. So we got a 2-finger white head, slow moving carbonation, hazy orangey coloured beer. They call it a hazy IPA. Yes, okay, it's a hazy IPA. If you want to look at an American IPA, it's darker, more like an American IPA, but it's not that straw coloured hazy IPA that they were probably thinking about. But again, that goes down to raw ingredients, that goes down to what they can afford to put in the beer for the price point, for that £3 a can. Let's get the aroma. Do you know, this isn't smelling too bad, you know. There's a bit of kind of biscuity, kind of slight toffee malt in here. A toffee aroma coming through. Biscuity aroma. A little bit of sweetness. And there's definitely a hop character coming through. After saying all that I've said, perhaps Magic Rock can produce a beer for £3 a can and give it some welly, give it some quality. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Right, I'm already ready to say something on this beer. And if you watch my previous beer review, or if it hasn't been released yet and I'm about to release it tomorrow, it's the Seven Brothers Brewing Passion Fruit beer. If you've already seen it, or if it's not out yet, take a look at that video, because I'm going to reference that beer compared to this beer. If you've tried the Seven Brothers in ASDA, the passion fruit, if you've watched my video, if you're going to watch my video tomorrow, if you're going to watch the video tomorrow, there's going to be a slight spoiler here, because I would much rather drink this by a million years than drink that Seven Brothers Brewing passion fruit beer. Okay, it may not have the same aroma as the Seven Brothers passion fruit. That was kind of like really perfumed. It's a little bit more dank. It's a little bit more Sierra Nevada torpedo, like classic American IPA. But you're getting malt. You're getting a big aroma of malt. And you're getting a nice aroma of hops. And you're getting a nice, slightly biscuity, bready beginning to this. There is an element of sweetness coming through. But this hop character, I can taste the hops in the beer. It may not be the biggest hopped hazy IPA I've ever tried, but it's a far better beer. At least it's beer. It's a far better beer than that Seven Brothers passion fruit. That beer was so, like, it was concentrated fruit juice, concentrated passion fruit ice cream concentrate or something along those lines. And I just can't stand them beers. Cannot stand those fake. It's like fake craft beer. At least with this, you're tasting the malt. You're tasting the hops. You're tasting some balance. You're tasting a bit of spiciness and pepperiness. And again, I'll say it again. It may not be the greatest hopped up hazy IPA that you'll ever try in your life, but it's £3 a can in ASDA, and they've done what they've been able to do with the budget available to make this beer. It's drinkable, it's refreshing, it's nicely carbonated, it's got a lovely aroma to it. There's a little bit of tangerine coming through. There's a lovely spiciness. There's a bitterness on the back end. Yes, you're greeted with that little bit of sweetness to begin with, but that's balance, you know. There's some balance there. You've got some sweetness over here and some bitterness over here, and brilliant. I think because I've reviewed the Seven Brothers passion fruit just before, literally 2 minutes before this review, I did the passion fruit from Seven Brothers. I think if I went into this kind of like just on its own, the review may be a little bit more muted. But because I picked up the two beers from ASDA, Seven Brothers, Magic Rock, I decided to do them back to back, because that's where they landed on my beer shelf. And yes, I am comparing the two beers. And it's very rare that I compare the two beers, or two beers on a channel, from different beer reviews, but the reason why I'm kind of emphasizing this so much is that, like me, you've probably opened that beer, the Seven Brothers Passion Fruit, and drank it, and now you might have moved your way on to something which is 6.5% and something slightly stronger. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by all of that kind of passion fruit concentrate. Don't think that this is a overly muted beer. My point is this. This is beer how beer should be. It's malty, it's hoppy, it's spicy and peppery, it's sweet, it's drinkable, it's nicely carbonated. This is beer. This is real beer. Not this concentrated stuff that 2022 has been blighted by. Absolutely blighted by. And yes, Magic Rock have been part of that too in the past. They brought out some kind of fruited high wire. I think it might have been was it grapefruit high wire, or was it, there's another, maybe might have even been passion fruit high wire. And I reviewed that, and I bought it in Morrison's, and it was shocking. Absolutely shocking. Couldn't finish it. And I had my own rant about that beer. But at least this is trying to be beer, but on a £3 a can, slightly kind of budgeted kind of, at least it's trying to be beer. At least they're using hops and malt and yeast and water to produce the damn stuff. I actually really like that. I would buy that over and over again. It's not too cloying, it's drinkable, it's refreshing. It's got all the aspects of a beer, which I'm very passionate about. It's sweet, bitter, it's peppery, it's spicy. It's beer. It's beer. And I'm so pleased that I didn't have 2 bad beers in a row. I hate that on the channel when I do beer reviews. Say the passion fruit from Seven Brothers was rubbish, and then I moved on to something else which is rubbish. It makes you just go, oh, why am I doing this? You know, why am I flicking the camera on and reviewing these appalling beers? I'm really pleased that this has held up, because it's put me in a good mood for the rest of the day. I'm going to rate it Precognition Hazy IPA, 6.5% ABV, Magic Rock, now an independent company again, now independent. It's a lovely effort. It's a lovely effort on a budget. Nice lacing on the glass. Nice look to the beer. Nice aroma, nice taste. Yeah, well done, Magic Rock. Well done, Magic Rock. And I hope for Magic Rock's sake that this is the beginnings of their independence now. This is the beginnings of their kind of like, let's make Magic Rock great again. I'm sorry for that phrase. I'm not political at all. It just come out my mouth. Let's make Magic Rock. Let's take Magic Rock to where they were in 2013, 2014, where everybody in the beer world wanted to talk about Magic Rock. Let's take Magic Rock back there, because they were the Cloudwater. They were the Polly's Brew Co. They were the Verdant. They really were Magic Rock. Not so long ago, they were standing on the shoulders of giants. They really were. They were one of the best breweries in the UK. And let's hope that they can get back to that. My rating for this beer, it's a blooming good effort. It really is. Good aroma, good taste. For that £3 price point, or if you buy it on a 4 for 3 deal, which makes it £2.25 a can, that's worthy of a 9 out of 10 all day long. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.